Oh, hello, everyone. Our body has the ability to produce GLP-1 naturally. GLP-1 is the hormone that drug companies such as Ozempic and Mounjaro, this is what they use for weight loss and diabetes management. But the thing is, there is a natural alternative that boosts GLP-1 without medication and without having to worry about side effects. So this video is important for anyone with prediabetes or struggling with weight loss. So if insulin resistance and prediabetes are not managed and controlled, they can lead to full-blown type 2 diabetes. And full-blown type 2 diabetes can have a serious long-term complications such as blindness, nerve damage, or what's called neuropathy, heart diseases and stroke, kidney failure or kidney diseases, which may lead to dialysis. So let's dive into this discussion and see what is this GLP-1 is all about. But first things first, just to shed some light on the urgency of this topic, in 2021, it was reported that 1 billion people worldwide were affected by either diabetes or prediabetes, by type 2 or prediabetes. And this number is looking to increase by 28% in 2030. So you can verify this statistics. I pulled this information from two sources. One is diabetesatlas.org, and the other one is cdc.gov. So let's dive in now and see what we have here. So what does this GLP-1 do? So the first thing it does, it helps the pancreas release just the right amount of insulin so we can manage and control blood sugar in the bloodstream so we can keep it stable. The second thing it does, it slows down digestion by reducing stomach contractions. Now, reducing stomach contractions mean slowing down the stomach's movement and the squeezing of food so that food stays in the stomach longer so we feel full. Now, if we don't have the quantities that we should have in the body with this GLP-1, if our levels are low, we experience constant hunger, cravings, which makes dropping weight or losing weight much more difficult. The second thing is we may experience slow metabolism, and slow metabolism means it's harder to burn fat. So this is very important to know about the purpose of this GLP-1 and why we should have this GLP-1 naturally in the right amounts in the body. The second thing is, how do we naturally boost it? And how does it reverse diabetes? So for diabetics, it was scientifically proven. And I'm leaving the literature, the scientific literature in the reference section, and I encourage you to validate it and go over it. But it was scientifically proven that when having a meal, start with eating fiber-rich food first. That means salads, steamed broccoli, vegetables, any sorts of fruits. And the reason for that is because the fiber doesn't get digested, and it makes its way to the intestines intact. And what it does is it stimulates the L cells to produce GLP-1. So the second thing this soluble fiber does from these fruits and vegetables, it forms a thick mucus layer. And it forms that in the intestines, as you can see in this picture on my left of this slide. This thick mucus layer slows down glucose absorption. And this is how we avoid sugar spikes, and ultimately we avoid insulin resistance and diabetes. So this is very important to know. So not only we get GLP-1 production by stimulating the L cells in the intestines, but we also form the mucus layer so we can slow down glucose absorption and avoid sugar spikes. And the second thing, or the order in which we manage and prioritize our meal, the second thing is we eat protein. And this is meat, chicken, tofu, fish, any type of protein. And last, starches. So starches such as carbs, quinoa, brown rice, potatoes, those are kept last. And once again, I encourage you to review the literature, the science that went over this, and it made a huge difference for folks that have prediabetes or type 2 diabetic, just by modifying and reorganizing their plates and the order in which they consume food. It made a huge difference in their sugar levels and sugar stability. Now, how does it help? Now that we know that it helps with sugar level management, how does GLP-1 help with weight loss? Now, this is how it works. When GLP-1 is released in the small intestines by the L cells, these GLP-1s bind to a receptor in the vagus nerve and signal the brain to decrease the production of a hormone called ghrelin. Now, ghrelin is the hormone that triggers hunger. And less of it means less hunger, more satiety, we feel full longer, and this is what leads to weight loss. So once again, rearranging and reprioritizing fiber over everything else in our plate is very important to make this process stick. And we want to do this consistently on a continuous basis and not just once or twice. So let's summarize what we talked about. So just as a summary, so we don't forget what we've learned, if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, I encourage you to rearrange or reprioritize your meal. The food in your plate, start with fiber-rich food first, then protein, and then the most important thing is starches have to stay to the end. And this is particularly important for boosting GLP-1 naturally and to keep the food in the stomach longer. And that's how we regulate sugar and slow down the glucose absorption. And this all leads to weight loss. And that's about it. Again, these are my references. I encourage you to review this reference, in particular number 4 here, where it goes over the reorganization, what we should eat first, and in particular, pre-diabetics and diabetic folks should pay strict attention to this. And that's about it. Thank you so much. I hope you found this video helpful, and have a good day.